eating a Twinkie right now.
That is so great.
It's like fantastic. I didn't even know they made these anymore.
It's a good thing that you cast these games, because if you didn't, you'd probably die of starvation. Because when did you eat? It'd be.
I know. It's just ridiculous.
Right. Well, we're in game 2, as Shrek is Love lost in game 1 pretty convincingly to a REXXARS strategy that was weird but effective.
Those Cluckmuck bands.
Yeah. Dr. Repulsor and Pebbles. Well, that's going to leave Swift and Cthulhu open. Yeah.
Nope, just Parasite, Magnus, Kraken.
Yeah.
They should pick Parasite.
They should pick Parasite, whether they will pick Parasite or not. I will note, it's actually kind of funny, I forgot to mention this in game 1. Rocky Balboa was Ogre's former Suicide player, and the Denver Pro was REXXAR's former Suicide player, and now they're both playing Jungle on the other team.
I know.
It's good. Like, you could have fixed this problem, guys. Like, you didn't have to change rosters. It would have been fine. Either way.
They picked Kraken.
They did first pick Kraken, and that's going to leave the Parasite open, so...
I don't know. I feel like Magnus would be... I've changed my opinion, Quincy.
Have you?
Magnus is better than Kraken.
Yeah, and probably in this situation it is, because it's going to allow you to still get the Tempest, even if they lose Parasite for the second pick. Yeah, so it's going to be Magnus. No huge surprise. Parasite, and then something other than Tempest, and Tempest will be their third pick. So what's available? Bubbles on the board, lots of supports. I wouldn't be surprised to see them pick up a support here, and then go with third pick Tempest.
Well, actually, I guess that first pick Kraken wasn't that bad, because they get their choice of either Magnus or Kraken.
Mm-hmm.
And Hellborn isn't allowed to pick Parasite, because if they do, then they have Kraken and Magnus, which is freaking ridiculous. Even though they lost with the back game. Like, still.
I would say they're not allowed to pick Tempest. I think you can pick Parasite into Kraken Magnus. That's...
Yeah, it's not that terrible.
I think I'm okay with that. I don't know. Kraken, Kraken Magnus is pretty solid, but I don't think it's game-breaking.
They lost last game with it.
Yeah. They did pick second pick the Tempest, which, like I said before, I'm not a huge fan of that, because it's not like Legion were going to have third pick Tempest, so you could have saved that and gotten something more valuable. Yeah. Like the Glacius, which is a great counter to Parasite, and now they can't pick that, because this is not same heroes.
I vote Empath.
Yeah. Well, that's going to sort of give away a hard carry strat if they do that. I'd actually like NG, I think.
I don't know. I like Empath just because it's not like a free food kill for Kraken or Parasite, which most supports generally are.
Yeah, I think NG's got enough tankiness that he can survive most of Parasite's burst. It depends on how long he's surviving before the face hug goes and stuff like that. But yeah, and if he gets Vestments,
Engineer wouldn't be that bad actually, because they have Tempest, Magnus, and NG. Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah, that'd be good. But they're going to pick Torturer because they're stupid. They haven't picked it yet, so don't worry. You're not far behind. But I'm guessing they're going to pick Torturer because don't pick Torturer.
No, they're going to pick Flux.
I really don't want them to pick Flux.
Pick Flux.
Because if they pick Flux, they can go to town on Legion side banning supports. And there are not that many good supports. It's going to be Soul Stealer. That's not helpful. There aren't that many good supports. I just looked at, I think there's like... I had it in this thing. I want to go find it.
They can pick an Empath. Like, nobody's going to ban... Look, they just banned Pyro. There's NG, Torturer, Rhapsody, and Empath available. That's more than bans. Like, they can't ban out all those heroes. All those heroes are arguably okay in their lineup. It's a waste of time to try and ban supports.
I don't know. I think if you can get out a couple of supports, it's really good because they don't... There aren't that many. Let's see. There only have been.
I just told you, like there's like 5 supports.
There have only been. Let me put it this way. There have only been 10 heroes overall who have played at least 5 games as a support in Diamond Division.
10 heroes?
There have been 10 heroes that have played at minimum 5 games as a support hero.
Well, it's not that bad. I mean, 10 heroes
with at least 5 games. Like, let's look at how many heroes have probably played games as carries. There's like 25, I think.
Oh, calm down, Quincy.
Like, there's just the pool of available supports isn't that big. Like, we basically listed it.
Yeah, is it like skewed in favor of like 3 or 4 supports?
Yeah, pretty much.
But there are other sports.
The vast majority of support games are Rhapsody, Empath, Torture, and Glacius, I think. Like, that's like 75 to 80% of supports. So, if you already have your Glacius, you ban out the other 3. Or probably not Rhapsody here.
They ban Pyro, and that's it.
Well,
Engineer, I think, is okay.
I think you can ban the NG. They're gonna ban the bubbles instead. That's fine.
I don't know about that, since they banned War Beast, so there's no point in banning bubbles.
I really would hope they
I really don't think there's...
Can you pick War Beast into this team?
You can pick a War Beast, I feel like. Because, like, a War Beast could literally just chase down the Soul Stealer, and Soul Stealer can't...
No, on REXXAR's side.
On REXXAR's? I don't think they can pick a War Beast.
Yeah, Cluck banned the War Beast.
Parasite would just destroy him. Yeah.
Cluck banned the War Beast, not REXXAR's.
Yeah, so. I don't know, that's why. Like, that's what I was thinking. Like, they can't pick a War... I mean, War Beast is an extremely good hero, but they just couldn't pick it. And I don't think War Beast is a hero.
I have no idea. I'm more concerned about the greed, because if you put War Beast on top of Soul Stealer, Tempest, and Magnus, he's not going to get anything.
Yeah. That's too many farmers.
He's just not going to get anything at all.
Like, Ziba is more of a playmaker. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they picked, like, Chipper here or something. Like, Chipper, Revenant, Kinesis, something like that.
Assuming that he actually plays Suicide, because, of course, last game he was mid, so if they dual lane the long lane again, he might go for something a little less typical.
Flux!
So they go for the Tort over the NG. I knew they would pick that because I actually didn't even cheat. I just figured they'd do something silly. And pick Torture, who's freaking terrible. God damn.
I do like Torture.
I don't know why. Everybody picks Torture. He doesn't win games.
Yeah, I know. That's what I feel like too. Like everybody, like my team specifically wants me to play Torture, and I say Torture is not a good hero. Please don't fucking give me Torture, and they give me Torture anyways.
He's just like he's a decent zoning hero, but only
that's it.
And only under certain circumstances, because they only.
It's like if it's a Suicide, then it's good.
Right. If it's short lane zoning hero, that's okay. The problem is, then he doesn't transition to the late game, so he's the same problem that Aluna does. And we don't see Aluna for exactly that reason, because she's a great zoning support in the laning phase, but after that, she does nothing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I mean, it's okay as like a secondary pusher sort of hero, but you don't really use Torture as a pusher either.
Because you have to be up in front and you just
theory, Torture is a pusher. In theory, it's like second support you can push. But that's not how it works.
Because you die.
Yeah.
And at least with Aluna, you can red power throw and stack ancients and stuff like that.
Yeah, and set up ganks, etc. Yeah. With like a Panda. Panda Luna wouldn't be that bad.
That'd be interesting. But Legion's not going to finish their draft off with Pharaoh and Malakin, so they do have the counter for the Tempest Hole on both the Pharaoh and the Kraken. He's going to have a hell of a time, and the Parasite too, for that matter. That Silence will go through Chunk and Head if he can get a Portal Key off. So this Tempest is going to have a hell of a time getting ults. And
yeah.
I'm...
Well said, Quincy.
They finished off on Hellborn with Meraxis as well as a Torturer, and I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of Meraxis either, to be honest. I feel like he just doesn't do enough damage, and the ulti can do a bunch of damage, but that requires you to not take any damage, and he's a tank, so...
I feel like it's okay in this lineup, because generally, Meraxis, like, people are going to want to jump a Soul Stealer, right? They want to jump the Soul Stealer and the Tempest. So if they ignore Meraxis, he's going to do a lot of damage with his ult. And if they don't ignore Meraxis, then Soul Stealer can just go ham. So I feel like it's an okay hero here. Even though it's not, like, the strongest laner, it's still okay.
Should address Twitch chat regarding Torturer. Torturer does, in fact, do a lot of damage. The problem that he has, essentially, is that it's not burst damage, it's sustained damage with his ultimate and his impalement. And the problem...
Dies.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's a support, so it's not really sustained damage.
He doesn't have an escape mechanism, he doesn't have any sustainability whatsoever in a team fight, so he basically just dies to AoE and doesn't actually do any damage. If you can keep him alive, he will do some damage. But then he has the same... In that situation, he's no better than, like, a Glacius, who does a lot of sustained damage and slows with his ultimate, but he dies because he has to sit there and channel. So,
yeah, I know. It's like the same... And Torture has to be, like, in there.
Right.
Glacius can, like, fog himself.
Right, at least. And for that matter, Glacius has a lot more CC than Torture does. and much better CC than Torturer does, because the chain reactions is not a great stun.
Like, Torturer works here, because if they get a Tempest ult, it does more damage than a Glacius ult.
And
but, like, only in that sense.
He'll have an okay time zoning out the Pharaoh, but in general, he has issues. So, and it really, like,
that's just us two.
It's just, for the last 6 months, he's been at the low 40s, high 30% win rate. Like, it's, you can back it up with the numbers. The hero, it doesn't matter. All sorts of teams run Torturer. The top teams run Torturer. The middle tier teams run Torturer. The bad teams run Torturer. It's one of the most popular heroes in HoN, and it's pretty consistently a bad hero. So whatever the problem is, and I think that's pretty clear what the problem is, he just doesn't win games. And speaking of him, he will be going on it with Pharaoh a little bit in this top lane. Gonna put the impalement down and do all that damage that he can. Nice swinging walls. We'll push him away. So Pharaoh.
That'd be really cool if Suicide's bought Veiled Rot toward the pole. That'd be pretty cool.
I think that'd be really stupid.
I mean, it wouldn't, like, see his ward got countered right now, so they just wasted a ward.
But you'd see them anyway.
But if he Veiled Rot, they wouldn't see where he warded.
Yeah, you
would. And nobody's gonna think, oh, this idiot bought a Veiled Rot to ward. Like, nobody's gonna think that. They're gonna be like, oh, he didn't buy a ward.
Why wouldn't you just buy, instead of spending 100 gold on Veiled Rot, buy 2 wards and double ward the camp?
Look, Quincy, what if they placed the Rev ward in the middle of the camp to guarantee that they get the 2 wards?
You're right. That's a good point.
Never thought of that, did you?
I did not think of that.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right. I'm sorry.
They might be able to kill this. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really know where he's going. He's got full mana, so he's got many walls, and I think he'll probably.
If Soul Stealer just walks over, he's dead. I don't know why he didn't do that earlier.
Yeah, he's got enough health to survive the Torture Impalement for a while, and he also is pretty empathic. Actually, as I just for some reason completely focusing on the top lane, we got a kill on the bottom. Zibay taken down. Suicide Magma's not going so well. This Pharaoh is. I did not realize Pharaoh had base 310 move speed. I don't know why. And Torture is at 305 actually, and yet I feel like the move speed difference between these two heroes is pretty substantial. It's definitely noticeable. I thought he had boots for a second.
No.
But he does not have boots.
Meanwhile, away from the top lane quickly.
and
for like 5 seconds.
Alright, fine.
This is doing okay.
Fine. Yeah, 300 GPM in the middle lane, and Matt are cracking at 360, so doing a little bit better, but both of them getting solid farm. And Glacier's going to rotate over, actually still level 1. Not a huge surprise. And the Hellborn support also level 1, but...
Yeah, the Glacius obviously did more, but...
Right, got the bonus, not bad.
Torture is pulling right now.
And in the bottom lane, we have Malik. Why he hasn't done what?
Why he isn't pulled? It's not warded or anything. He could be at least not level 1.
I feel like he could be stacking a little bit more, yeah.
He's stacked the easy cam.
Yeah, that's not bad.
He's super useful. Oh man.
Well, Catman Champion go over, stomp that a couple of times and kill it maybe.
Yes. Like, they got the kill on the Magnus, but he's still level 1. Like, what's he gonna do? He's freaking level 1 on Glacius.
Doesn't matter, Parasite's in. Free, you know, Sword Throw's there, and the freeze. They're gonna have to lock him down. Where's the... Yeah, no vision.
Glacius
is level 2. I'm not really sure what Parasite's doing here besides taking a whole bunch of damage. Knock off it? No.
He bought the Ring of the Teacher! He did it too!
Oh my god.
This game.
Next level Parasite plays.
What's Rex doing? Oh my god, he almost killed him.
Yeah, Crack can get really low in the middle lane. Haste Meraxis, still looking for axes. Does not have enough. And Glacius in the bottom lane once again, get the freeze down onto this Magnus. You need to do enough damage. Yeah, Sword Throw's not going to finish him off, and he's going to sit in the Steam Bath again. Alican does have another Sword Throw back up once he gets the Blood Chalice. Yep, so this could actually be bad because Magnus doesn't realize he's got a Blood Chalice, and now he figured it out. Sword Throw going to miss, though. On the back end, it does connect, and it looks like Nox will be able to take out that kill. Am I crazy, or did Zibay have enough mana to Lava Surge and just didn't?
I'm pretty sure he didn't have enough.
He seemed like he had a lot.
He doesn't have any stat items.
I mean, he only needs half of his mana pool to be able to get a Lava Surge off. But anyway, middle lane, Kraken gonna get jumped by the Meraxes, and we see Torture coming in as well. Kraken is looking for something, but doesn't realize. Actually, does get the counter kill onto Meraxes, but pays for it. So it would have been a great play if the rotations were coming in from one side, but alas, they were.
And Meraxes didn't get XP for that kill, so.
Yeah, but Magmus did, and I think they'll take that.
I guess. Pharaoh's only level 3. They might be able to dive this with Torture right now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Yep. Oh, the TP from Kraken!
Yeah, and actually gonna lock the Soul Stealer in. We'll see if they can kill him. Yeah, Kraken coming in here with a torrent and release Kraken right onto Soul Stealer's face. There's his charge into the wall. Very, very dead. Big Arlong.
That was a fantastic TP.
Yeah, Parasite also going to find this Torture, and we'll see if they can get him as well. I wouldn't be surprised, actually. Yeah, they definitely get that. The question is, will they get Pharaoh in return? Or maybe they won't get the Torture because they back off. So.
Parasite doesn't have mana for anything, because he has... Well, he does, but he doesn't have levels right now for some reason. Like, he's not farming that well.
He's really not.
At all.
Denver Pro having a couple of iffy games in a row here.
I mean, neither is Tempest, but still, it's better than...
That's true, Tempest is a bit low, considering he hasn't ganked too much. You'd expect to see him 40, 50 gold higher than this.
Wait, is the Denver Pro the guy who bought the Abyssal last game, or was it
No, that was Rocky Balboa, because he was playing the Parasite.
Yeah, I felt like it was Rocky Balboa. I just wasn't sure for a second.
No, it was definitely...
Because I was thinking, like, how could they have possibly won with an Abyssal Parasite? So I thought, that the Denver Pro did it.
Now, this time Tempest has gone a bottle build, which is
terrible, very
strange. There are, I think, 4 other heroes that are rather have a bottle on than Tempest. Yeah, that's about fair.
Definitely.
Like, I don't know. Room control is really, really important, but I feel like if you get a bottle on your Suicide Magmus who loves bottles, and a bottle on your mid lane Meraxes who loves bottles, you should be able to control runes just fine. Of course, yeah, Meraxes does have a bottle, but Zibe probably should get one. And they're going to find him, speaking of that. He's going to have to Lava Surge away. Gets it off, but there goes a Sword Throw into the ultimate. Actually, Torch going to be here as well. That's real bad, so they will be able to clean up the Magmus. And it looks like Torture is just going to leave as they cannot finish him.
They gave Malakin the kill too, which is pretty good. Since Malakin needs to snowball, it's good that they let him have it.
Yeah, he's actually the top farmer in the game, as well as... What the heck is going on today? I don't know why, but like in all the series... We really haven't seen people take off all that much. 410 GPM on the Malakin is a top farmer in the game, and just behind that, 380 on the Kraken. Nobody else is really doing all that well. And maybe it's just me having ridiculously high expectations, but I would imagine by this time we'd have at least a couple of 400 GPM farmers. And
people aren't really winning their lanes that hard.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like doing okay in them, but generally, it's not like outplaying sort of winning lanes anymore.
I know. By the way, Tempest is a mana ring, which basically prevents him from needing the bottle at all, because the mana ring gives you more or less all the mana you need.
Pretty much.
And if you need more than that, then you're probably getting really, really active and getting kills, so you get more items.
And bottle would have been like okay if Parasite was there to harass him. He could have that regen, but Parasite didn't harass him.
He never got pressured ever at any point.
So I don't know why he bought it. I'm pretty sure Magma's.
Any sense? Anyway, yeah, Magma's gonna be in some trouble here. We'll get jumped by the Hellfire stuns, but he's actually taking a fair bit of damage and surviving. He's gonna have to back up in a couple seconds, but that's not gonna be enough as the Ice Imprisonment and the Wrath of Pharaoh help finish him off. Looks like Torture gonna look for something middle lane. Meanwhile, Meraxes gonna get picked off, and Pharaoh will die here. Soulseal gonna try to chase down this Glacius, but won't be able to catch him. And a little bit of a disparate fight, but ends up with Ogre going up 2-1, and they're up 7-3. And
here are your 400 GPM farmers, Quincy.
Yep, there we go.
You're in.
So maybe I was just premature, as usual. Get it?
No.
It's an ejaculation joke.
I didn't even hear what you said.
I said maybe I was just premature.
What was premature?
My expectation of 400 GPM farmers.
I don't understand what you're trying to get at here.
Sex.
Question mark?
Pretty much.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they kill Ziva again. I completely missed that because
Malikan's huge.
I was watching middle lane.
Jesus Christ.
God damn it!
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know, but apparently I'm completely unaware of anything because I missed the kill
I missed like 4 kills.
I was in middle, there's a kill in bottom, and then I go bottom, and then there's a kill in middle.
Yeah, no, I don't even know. It looks like Torture's dead.
Yeah,
Torture's
so
100%
not gonna miss
dead.
this one, but
he's dead.
He's in a lot of trouble.
What are you doing, Clark?
Freeze him! Thank you. He's got the Veiled Rot,
Oh my god.
and yeah, you're in a lot of trouble there, Torture. They might get a counter onto Glacius, though, as he's taking a much damage from this encounter. He's gonna try to TP away. That's not gonna work. Really?
Oh my god, it worked!
What the hell was that? And they're gonna be able to get the courier away, too.
Well, they should know that that's warded now, though. They really should.
Yeah, they better.
Did Malikan just buy 2 Helm of the Victims?
Hope so. Anyway, top lane, around the Pharaoh, and on the Soul Stealer, it's cracking right on his face as well, and Big Arlong real dead.
Quincy, don't say I hope he did. Look at Malikan's items!
He's getting Insanitarius and Whispering Helm, it's fine.
But why did he buy both of the helms first?
Because
doesn't make any sense.
Lots of regen and armor?
Shut up.
I don't know. I don't think that's the worst thing to do.
Come on, Quincy.
He did finish an item. He just finished the helm.
No! Oh my god, he missed the sword throw.
Yeah, middle lane, doesn't matter. Raxus is deited. He's gonna put the ultimate down and actually survive a little bit longer than he probably should. But, really? Is he gonna live?
You alive? No.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Alright.
He lived like super long.
Yeah, he did way longer than he should have. And actually forced an ultimate from Malikan as well.
He really
Top
did.
lane? Yes, Pharaoh is gonna get killed.
He got absolutely destroyed by that Kraken. I
Middle
didn't think it would.
Magma Snow loves her away. Success. These sword throws from Malikan have been a little bit iffy in the last couple of engagements.
The Legion have overrun a Hellborn FOB.
I'm pretty sure that was a kill on Magmus, but they did not connect.
Denver Pro has his Abyssal ready to fight.
What a player. Top tower gonna go down in favor of REXXARS. That is their first tower kill. As
they have triple ancients now. For Malikan. Malikan doesn't have ult, but they do have triple ancients. I really hope he takes over a creep soon with his helm.
That would be nice.
He isn't.
It does have that ability, but it doesn't want that Catman apparently, or the Vagabond.
Pretty much. Mirax is only level 8. That's really, really bad. Mirax is one of those heroes that needs levels early. At least if he's not getting an early PK.
The Legion have overrun a Hellborn
And he's
FOB.
not getting an early PK because he's got 240 gold per minute and has 430 gold saved up, so. Nowhere close. I agree. Do you have the Ursa announcer?
No, but I've heard it and it sucks.
It's okay. It's not the best. There's some parts.
It's pretty
that
disappointing.
Yeah.
It's like you'd think an Ursa announcer would be really good. Like all the avatars are good, but it's pretty bad.
Well, some of the avatars are good. No. Okay.
Yeah, most of them are. I don't know about that Bensington one.
Yeah, that's a little iffy. Not a huge fan of the Gunblade one either. I like the Magmus. Okay. I like the Dev's great.
Dev's okay. I don't like the fact that the Rot, like, it doesn't. You can't really tell when Rot's on or off.
That's true. Anyway, Tempest is dead.
Yeah,
You should get Ursa ult. That should be the last one. Tempest.
Yeah.
I'd actually really like that.
Wouldn't really fit the whole theme though. 'Cause most of the heroes are like gankers.
Yeah, I guess so.
If you've noticed, most of the heroes are gankers.
I haven't really noticed. So Tempest is a ganker. Everything's fine. Let's run all the way to the bottom of the map, and yeah, Parasite isn't gonna kill this guy. Boy, if he had a puzzle box, that would probably have been pretty easy to get a kill.
Or even a Codex.
Or even a Codex. I don't know if he has
even a Storm Spirit.
To get a Codex. He has 332 GPM, so maybe he'd have Codex. I
probably
don't think a Storm Spirit would have gotten him that kill.
He could have. He could have like slowed them down.
Glacius was coming in, but I don't think it was enough. I think Magmus had too much health.
Regardless.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't like it. They should stop it. It's frustrating too because I feel like this puzzle box build is a huge part of what makes this Parasite viable. Like, we used to see Parasite regularly, mostly because there weren't that many good jungle heroes, so it's just like, well, but let's pick Parasite because he can jungle and we want a jungler. And people would get KNX or something like that and be like, alright, this is okay, but it's not the greatest. And then Puzzle Box, with the along with the change, made him great. Anyway, Tempest's gonna get caught out. Rapture's gonna be channeled up, though, and that's gonna be stopped by the Wrath of Pharaoh. And a Lava Surge goes through. Nice. Demon Hand gonna be on to 2. Pharaoh and Kraken trying to run away from this, but Kraken's gonna die. Looks like they're gonna be lost shovel as well. And nice collapse from the Hellborn side, as they do use some skills, but they get a couple important kills out of it. And they need to start doing that a little bit more, because that represents 33% of their entire kills this game, those 2. We're down 14-4. Not the greatest.
Yeah, that Magnus was in clear vision, so I don't know what his thought process was there.
Maybe they won't notice me. Or maybe they really like me, and they want me to get this ultimate off. Both are acceptable answers, in my opinion.
No. Absolutely not. What the hell is that courier doing there?
I don't. Is this in the bottom lane? Yeah, I was looking at like... I'm not really sure. It's just kind of hanging out. There's no vision, really, that it's providing. It's going to get hastened and sent into the Legion Woods. It's on a scouting mission. They do have 2 couriers, so that's what it's for. It's a mobile ward.
They have 2 couriers?
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Where's the second one?
Oh, that's the Legion courier. I thought that was the Hellborn courier.
You an idiot?
Yeah, I am an idiot, but that's beside the point.
Anyways. Quincy, did you forget to link me a replay?
No.
Okay then. Looks like somebody owes me lots of money.
Who's that? Is it me? I don't think it's me. That wouldn't make a lot of sense.
It's not. Some idiot's trying to argue with me about who won the series.
Oh. They do have a Ward of Sight that Cluckmonk just placed right next to Ward of Rev, so I expect that to be countered relatively quickly, although they don't appear to have noticed it quite yet. But as the game stands right now, Soulstealer with pretty solid farm 400 GPM. The issue is you look at the Legion side and they're doing a lot better. Nearly 600 gold per minute on Malakin and 430 on the Kraken, 340 on Parasite, and even the Suicide Pharaoh's at 250, doing pretty solid. We still do not have a portal key on the Magnus. We've got one on Meraxis by this point, but he's got little else. And the issue at this point, I think, is mostly they've got the initiation okay, especially once they have the Meraxis PK. But they're not all that tanky, and they don't even have that much damage output, especially without Magnus having the portal key. He does have the level 1 ultimate, and will have level 2 relatively soon at level 10. But he's going to have to be really, really good with his positioning to get his ult off without the PK, and we haven't seen him do that, so doesn't seem great. Failed Ro8 on Cluck, and he's pushing himself up this bottom lane to drop a ward and then leave.
And Malakin also says BKB as well. Let's you get stats in trying to force the issue.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to take a tier 2 mid, maybe force a Kongor kill.
And Okami's getting a shroud? What the hell is he bought? He just bought a second pair of boots, a steam staff, then he... What?
He's got a plan.
What's he doing?
He's got a plan.
Calm... Is there blade mail boots?
That would be cool.
It would be pretty cool.
I would like it if there were more boots in this game, like in Dota.
Yeah,
a crap
it would
ton
be
of boots.
really if there were more boots. They bought a Midas on Magnus instead of a PK. I really, really don't like this.
Oh my god, they want it for the Parasite.
I know, but Magnus needs a PK.
Yeah,
like it's
that's
not,
you can't
it's
do
not
that.
debatable. Like Magnus needs a PK before Midas.
If you're gonna do
100%.
that, maybe Tempest. Maybe Tempest.
I mean, they don't even need it, because Tempest can just W a puzzle.
Well, that's the thing, because Tempest can W a puzzle box, but then Parasite can jump back in something 5 seconds later, assuming that it's off cooldown, and then he can Midas the second one. And
still, like,
Parasite's
this Midas
screwed.
on Magnus is gonna put him behind so
Yeah.
much. He doesn't have it on.
It's really iffy. Anyway, Release the Kraken gonna be right in the face of Torture, and he's real dead.
Legion FOB.
And they do take this mid tower, but that's gonna be about it. I'm gonna get the hell out of there. Neither Tempest nor Soulstealer has a portal key. We'll see if they can anybody. Yep, there's the counter as the Wrath of Fire actually hits in a creep. Doesn't matter. I have enough dust. So they got dust, but apparently just for Magnus, because nobody else has invis.
Pretty much.
And just revision, I guess. Worked there. It's a solid item. And for Veiled Rot, that's the thing I have to think about now is the fact that they have Veiled Rot.
Denied.
Top tier 1 tower apparently had not been killed. I didn't even realize that. It's denied now, and the tier 2 tower in middle
The
is
Legion
killed as
have
well.
overrun a
Malakin
Hellborn
is
FOB.
given that kill. He's at 608 GPM. Just not where you want to see him.
Magnus is, has his hand of Midas.
He does.
Fantastic.
And he's getting money.
Red Boots, Aquabones. Seems to be paying off here.
Not bad.
He has 2 charges on it. Using them very efficiently, obviously.
Well, you don't have to be too greedy. Kill the Werebeast Enchanter,
Oh, yeah.
Magnus. Kill the Werebeast Enchanter. Oh, there's
Kill the
Vagabond leader over here.
Minotaur!
Yeah. There we go.
Rex!
And they're going to stun him out. Not bad. Ultimate from Soulstealer. Going to destroy Parasite. He's going to get a facehug and a counter, but that's not going to be enough. Here comes Kraken, though, looking for the ultimate. Actually, Glacial Downpour in the background as well. Soulstealer going to die right off the bat as Kraken manages to auto-attack him down. Release the Kraken is going to barely catch Magnus. He's still pretty damn fast. Not going to be enough. Steam Bath is not going to save him. And they end up with a double tap. Yep. They do have the Veiled Rock going through, but Malakin either knows something's up or
He's just going mid.
he's just a genius. Yeah, he's going mid, and he's going to use a sword throw, so he probably doesn't know something's up. If they had kept chasing him, they might have been able to kill him. Probably not, but maybe. Oh, triple stack Ancients once again.
I feel like that's one thing you need to be aware of when you're playing against Malakin. You really need to block those Ancients, because generally everybody gets Whispered Health on Malakin. It's just like your core item. And everybody stacks Ancients for him. And that's how he gets farmed. It's kind of like Moon Queen.
Moon Queen, Soulstealer.
Yeah. You just need to block those Ancients. Like, if Malakin didn't have Ancients, he'd probably be like level 14. With like maybe 480 GPM-ish. But he's had like 3 sets of triple stack Ancients already in 22 minutes, which is ridiculous.
It's not bad.
It's pretty ridiculous, the fact that he has that.
Parasite gonna go smack one of those elementals in the face and then leave. It's a good plan. He caught that elemental who's boss. And watch. I bet it just crumples and withers away into nothing because of how it was treated. Probably in about 15 seconds.
Is Magnus dead?
Oh, nope. Wrath of Fire gonna go in on to Tempest. They're gonna actually charge him back, and we'll see if they get anything out of this. For some reason, no Mummy Waltz ever went down. Here comes Malakin in the background. We'll put a Shrunken Head and his possession up. Tempest gonna die before he can get an ultimate off Miraxis in the background. Gonna be face hugged by the Parasite, but he's still pretty damn tanky. Release the Kraken right on his face, and he's still gonna die in this engagement. Background actually Puzzle Box minion gets killed by Soulstealer, which takes some damage, but does not kill him. And in the end, lots of ultis used by the Legion side, and they get a couple of kills out of it. I'll turn that into some jungle farm. Not a bad engagement at all. And you can see, boy, it'd be really nice if Magnus had a portal key, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be fantastic, but it looks like he's running the Red Boots Midas build.
Standard.
Very typical.
Yeah.
It is Zebe, though. He does do this.
He could do this whole counter initiation thing I've heard of. It's apparently reasonably effective.
Oh, yeah. I heard.
It's a relatively new strat, but it's showing some promise.
Is it just me, or is like Kraken not that tanky at all if he doesn't have BKB yet?
He doesn't have vestments, and a lot of the damage on the Hellborn side is magical, but that requires Magnus to get interruption off, and he doesn't have a portal key. So, yeah, I mean, like in terms of sustained damage, they just don't have that much. So I'm okay with him not having the vestments, and actually with the armor, I think that's better because a lot of their sustained damage is gonna be that Soulstealer. I don't know. I feel like he's playing tanky.
Yep. I don't know. It just feels like he died. He should be dying pretty fast when he doesn't have that up. Maybe
He very well may. But he's 9-2-5, so I'm not going to be complaining.
Yep. What do you think about this Malkin, Quincy? Straight REXXARS after that.
I'm okay with it, actually. He's got a lot of lockdown on his team. We've got Mummy Walls, Release Kraken, Glacier's got a couple of spells. He doesn't need to do anything too much except for damage. And
I feel like he should have gotten some attack speed, though.
Well, presumably the Hellborn Zeal is going to help him out a lot with that.
I thought he was going to get the Bulwark for the team, but I guess Kraken is.
Kraken's getting it.
Yeah.
Which I think that makes a lot more sense.
I mean, we could see Lightning, Quincy.
I'd be okay with that.
Lightning is never not fun. More triple ancients, by the way. This is like the 5th set of triple ancients.
They just stacked a couple of stuns and a Glacius Illusion. I don't know if they knew it was fake, and so they were just
I
like...
think probably not.
I didn't think so either, because if they didn't, that's not the greatest play. I mean, it was Glacius, so just kill him quickly. It's not like you have to be concerned about maximizing.
Maybe they're finally going to take bot tower. They're really scared to take this bot tower.
They've got wards.
There's literally nobody on that side of the map.
Alright. They've got wards in Legion Woods, and I don't know where they think they're going to come from.
Oh my god, they're so scared. This is ridiculous.
Well, this tower's going to die one way or the other. Where the hell can it coming in?
It's just funny. Like, that's how far behind they are.
Overrun a Legion FOB.
It's not great.
Going Hellflower. Oh, he'll eventually get it. Soulstealer might be dead though.
Yeah, and Magnus did pick up his portal key finally. Still got red boots.
Torturous scouting.
You can't use a Veiled Rod to scout.
Especially not during nighttime.
Like, that's the thing, is if you get seen, it's gonna get broken and be like, oh, look, there's a hero there.
I feel like it would be more, I mean, it's useful in the forest because if you get out of invis, you know somebody's on the other side of the trees.
Right.
I guess that's a good way. But, I mean, he was running, like, straight through the middle of the jungle.
Right.
They do have a bound die, by the way, on Legion. They dropped it on the ground blindly.
They did, indeed. So they don't really have space for it, apparently.
No, they have space on Glacius. He just wants to not die of warding.
Yeah, like, that's the thing, is they have space on Glacius, but putting it on Glacius is a bit risky.
The Legion have
Parasite can take it too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Can this Magnus get oh my god, yes. Can he at least get finished boots? Like, Jesus Christ.
I would appreciate that.
I fucking hate people who don't finish boots. God, it's just so annoying. Seeing red all over the place. It's extremely tacky.
And Legion are gonna push this middle lane. They do get Convert on the Hellborn side. As that was a pretty actually sneaky Congo. I didn't even notice they were doing it until a couple seconds before it died. But
he was in.
Yeah.
He might have stack creep. Got him good.
What a player. And Malik
is level 4 REXXARS.
Yeah. My only concern about him right now is actually that he's not particularly tanky. I mean, 2,000 health is not going to do that much for him. He does have a shrunken head up, which is
they're going to drop that Magnus?
Jumped, then, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, there we go. Charge back onto Magnus, and he's going to drop the secret. But wow, he died fast. Possession goes through on Malakin, and he's going to get locked down with a staccato, not the staccato, a glacial blast. And so he'll have this for this team fight and this push, but they have to get something out of it at this point. Soulstealer has a token.
Get up. Magnus brought back.
Yeah. That's fair.
I feel like Malakin with a PK wouldn't be that bad for right now. Like this next item, I feel like a PK would be pretty good.
I wouldn't be upset if he finished Symbol, to be honest.
I'd rather see a PK. Just like PK and ult. Get a really big ult, fear everyone. Kraken ult.
I mean, that'd be nice, but he shouldn't be the one. He should be the second or third jump in. It should be
but nobody's
Kraken
really like
Pharaoh.
doing that. Like, it should be like Kraken charge someone back, and then Malakin can PK in on everybody who's trying to help that guy, and just fear everyone. I feel like that'd be pretty good.
I think they should be able to do that with just a sword throw.
I don't know.
Like, I don't dislike PK on Malakin. I don't disagree with the ultimate decision to go for that item, but if he gets Symbol earlier, I think it's gonna be better. Because he can just be this massive presence in the middle of these team fights that nobody can do anything about. I mean, like, Symbol shrunken, what are they going to do?
I mean, he doesn't have that much attack speed, though. That's one
But he hits like a truck.
I guess. he's kind of relying on a crit.
And the lower he gets, the more attack speed he will get, so...
Sure.
Even if he does get low, it'd be like, well, that's great. Now my symbol's going to be even more effective. And, alright, Glacier's going to see a couple of them as their smoke breaks, but he's going to get caught out and killed. His forward keys are plenty. Fair going to try to TP away, and he will be able to be just fine. So, Cluckmuck, unfortunately, having to pay for saving his friend. That's actually his first death of the game. Not bad. These supports in general have been quite adept in staying alive.
Usually Cluckmuck dies like 50 times a game.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised. Not to like flame or anything, but you know, whenever I
mean, supports in general.
See these old games. Yeah, he usually dies like 50
die a lot,
times.
but yeah, he does die a fair bit in these games. It's not atypical to see. I mean, Serenia has actually got the fewest deaths on his team, so it's not bad. Especially considering that there's Portal Key City and a Pharaoh on the Legion side and a Parasites and...
Yep. His Tempest has nothing, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, just putting that out there. He has nothing. If he had like a tablet or something, that'd be pretty good, but he literally has nothing. Like,
they have no tablets on the Hellborn
They don't
team.
have any tablets for Pharaoh Walls or Kraken.
Or even Glacier Assault. I mean... Hey, there we go. We're just yelling at him and Magnus picks up a tablet. Well done, Magnus. Thanks for listening.
He still has red boots.
He's fine.
He has red boots!
He's fine. He's only got 7 deaths. Look, if the red boots were a problem, he'd have at least 10 deaths. Clearly, it's not affecting his play.
He probably died every single time while having red boots.
Yeah. And he's gonna jump in the bottom lane. Ro8 is gonna break.
Does the Ro8 not pop if they can't see you?
I think it does, but he didn't actually get in range. So.
I'm pretty sure he got in range there.
I was looking at the circle.
The circle looked like it hit Magnus.
Yeah.
Maybe it has to be the center of the hero.
Possible. I don't know. This is a
buying a lot of it.
That I have not used too much of. Yeah, the BMG and Tree series, they were using it constantly. Like over and over and over and over again.
Well, BMG, it seems like it's more of their style of item.
I mean, for both of them, to be honest, because Tree runs all these dual support lineups, so they're like, hell yeah.
It's really good for roaming, especially. It's just really good because you can get past people's wards. Like they can't spot rotations with wards. You have to like pull a chew and spam rev wards all over the map.
That's my favorite part is they gave supports this minor buff with this ward slot, which I don't think is actually all that important. And now Veiled Ro8 is going to come in, and then it's like, well, now you actually also have to buy 15 million rev wards, so we actually didn't really give you a ward spot because now you have to carry rev wards all the time, and you have even less money because you have to carry rev wards all the time. So
I feel like this ward slot actually benefits suicides more than it does supports, because generally, like, if you give a suicide a ward, it's not typically the best if you buy like 6 tangos on a suicide. It's better if you get a health bot, so he has room for all of that.
And top lane, they're going to try to jump so but they missed the charge. Here's a counter, but actually Lava Surge misses as well. Really see Kraken goes right off inside the mummy walls, but they get the tablet out. And now Pharaoh can't do too much. And the Tempest Hole going to lock down the Kraken. He's got a shrunken head up, though, so not too much damage actually coming out onto him. So there's the tankiest. We're looking for a 2-man Lava Surge onto Pharaoh and Kraken. Where's the rest of Legion's damage? It's still coming in. Glacius and Malakin are off to the side, not doing too much as both Kraken and Pharaoh eventually die. Malakin finally showing up to the party. And it's way, way too late. Everybody has already gone home, and the punch bowl has been spat in, so looks like that will be the end of the fight. And Magnus off to the side here looking to stay alive. He does have a teleport, and
he has a Midas too. Don't forget that. He can PK in and kill that.
He still doesn't have boots.
I know!
You're at a side shot. You're at a side shot, Magnus. Have you said that before?
Yes,
about his red boots?
He has red boots!
I missed the part. I missed the part where you said he doesn't have red boots. He only has red boots.
He does have red boots.
Right, and you think that's a problem?
Yes!
This is new information to me.
Oh my... I hate you. I think Malik just ultied for the retake.
Why not?
He did it.
Well,
he has symbol.
Look, it's okay.
He has symbol. Just what you wanted, Quincy. You happy?
Yep, I am happy.
Are you happy?
I am happy.
I think Kleck might be dead.
Yeah, Magnus
He
is
just
gonna
ran
find him.
straight
Nope,
into
freeze.
him with Veiled Rot. Straight into him.
Bit of a late reaction there from Zibe.
No, he did get froze.
I know, but like he had plenty of range to get the lava surge off. He just didn't.
Who TP'd out there?
Solty was illusion.
Was that an illusion?
Yeah, okay. Here's a Giallo's Bane.
I like that they're farming bottom right now. Tempest to REXXARS.
You right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. This game's just boring, you know?
Everything's out.
It's been boring the past, like, 15 minutes.
Yeah, we've been relatively passive gank every so often, but it looks like Legion side are looking to push this top lane down. It's already kind of low, tower at half health, and Hellborn are going to have to respond to this because taking tier 2 towers is not going to compensate for losing Rax. What do you think about that? Am I right? Am I wrong?
What were you saying?
You think taking tier 2 towers works as compensation for losing a Rax? I don't think so.
Of course. That would be ridiculous if it wasn't.
The Legion have overrun a Hellborn FOB.
Magnus with an interesting portal key.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm just like, I'm here now, guys. This is great.
He has 2 Midas charges.
We missed you. He does.
Don't forget that.
Very important.
He is saving it for both the puzzle box scripts.
Yeah.
I feel like he's just gonna die if he kills the puzzle box.
Well, he has 1,300 health, so it's gonna do about half his health. Yeah. And
Kraken's in.
so, yeah,
Oh,
Kraken
God.
actually missed the charge once again, releasing Kraken onto 2 though. Actually 3 as Torture runs into it. Now Malikan destroying everybody with the auto attack damage and an AoE. The entire Hellborn side is dead except for Magnus, who gets the eruption off finally. But it took so long, and there goes Zibe. And we see buyback on Soulstealer, Zibe, and Meraxes. I don't know if they have enough to do anything about this though. They might just get turned on once again. Malikan's like, I don't care. 2-man lava Fairlight walls, and there's the annihilation for Malikan. Steam Bath is there for Magnus, so he's gonna be able to survive for a meantime. Nope, Hellfire not gonna be able to cancel it as he gets the portal key off just in
The
time.
Hellborn barracks are
And
liquidated.
that wasn't great.
Not at all. Not at all.
And we have Shrek is Love up 28 to 11 hero kills. Looks like middle lane.
I think that's game.
And I think that's probably game 2.
It was probably game before that, but I think mid just got destroyed way too hard.
And Zibe, is
The
he gonna
Legion
buy
have
upgraded
overrun
boots?
a Hellborn FOB.
No, absolutely not. That would be ridiculous. He would buy a second Midas before he got upgraded
He's
boots.
got 700 gold, so why not?
The Satanic!
Yep. And Malikan's just like, I don't care. I don't care. Wrath of Fur comes back in. That's gonna help finish off block for Torture. And we'll get a couple of kills onto the mag and Meraxes. So that's game.
The
And
Hellborn Valiant liquidated. Warriors.
so, Shrek is Love looking much better in game 2. As they eventually pull out a 37-minute victory. And that's gonna tie the series up, which means we get to go to a game 3. Are you excited, Art? How excited are you?
I am not excited at all
Oh my
because
God.
you told me that you didn't forget to link a match
didn't.
ID.
I
We only
didn't
gave
forget
you
to
2.
link a match ID.
You only gave me 2.
I know. It's calculated. I have this whole thing,
God damn it, Quincy.
this old system.
I just lost a bet.
I have all this stuff. I've got it all worked out. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Fine. Yeah, Quincy lied.
I lie all the time.
Regardless, my final thoughts on that game, Quincy.
Sure.
Thank you for asking me for it.
I was about to.
Yeah, I bet. It was pretty
It's
much just the fact that, like, look at mid. Like, their Kraken was involved in, like, almost every kill, and he outfarmed that guy ridiculously. He put so much space, exerted so much pressure. Meraxes just did that.
Because it's Meraxes, not Hero's not that good. That's
I mean, it would have been okay if he didn't get absolutely destroyed.
or if he was a better hero. Just saying. That wouldn't have happened to Magnus, but then again, Magnus wouldn't have bought upgraded boots, so everything's fine. Either way, Ogre gonna take game 2, and that means that we go to a very nice game 3. One of these teams is going to be moving on to the losers bracket semifinals. The other one will be dropped down to the losers bracket round 1 and face demotion to gold. And as you well know, that's not a place you want to be, right?
No.
No?
Absolutely not.
Terrible, horrible, awful place. So stick with us, guys. We'll be back in just a moment.